Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Three Old Bards and the Maiden. Every once in a while at an open mic, we don't always have singers. Sometimes we have people who want to get up and do a little bit of their own prose, which is really great, because there's a lot of poetry in music, and there's music in this young lady's words. Her name is Anjali Romaniuk, Romaniuk. I apologize if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. She's going to do three poems. The first one's called Intimacy, the second one's called Untitled, and the third one's called Well Kept. I think you'll enjoy this. I did, and I'll see you on the end screen.
You guys hear me? Oh, no. Testing. Okay. Hi, I'm nervous. My name's Anjali. I'm going to do some spoken word tonight. And I like to think of what I write as like little transmissions. So instead of focusing on me, the invitation is to feel into you and your experience of hearing this or receiving this in whatever way you'd like to. The first one is called Intimacy. Okay. Intimacy grabs my hand and reminds me to take off more than just my clothes for him. That love is not held within the folds and flesh of my body, but is found in the depths of my soul. Intimacy is not just sweet licks of laughter, stargaze eyes, or making love and breakfast on a Sunday morning, but laying down with my lover and listening to the vulnerable fears that try to consume, being raw in the light of the night to speak the unspeakable, to reveal the cracks and crevices where hungry ghosts hide. And he might run, or he might stay. So I open up the safe in my chest to let him in and look inside at the things that have left me feeling half alive. The kind of nudity that you can only feel in your soul, because what is more intimate than allowing another human being to feel the tender places that you've hidden away? His embrace lets me know that I am safe here, I am seen, I am loved. Hands are locked into each other's chest as we compress loving touch without words. Words are not needed here. My eyes tell him that he is safe too, so intimacy dances her way up his spine as stories and feelings and fears pour out of his mouth and into my ears. I hear him. I love him. And we are naked beyond the skin, shedding 30 pounds of judgment, losing layers of guilt, holding the door for fear to step outside, deepening into a connection that cannot be transmitted in the sheets of a bedroom, but in the rawness of a voice. Here we are, communicating, to be close to one another, to be intimate. Thank you. Okay. This one doesn't have a name. A cracking, a reckoning. To feel the unfelt of all who could not bear it. I swim through the shadows and the hues of blue, watching the light dance upon the surface. My breath settles, and my tears mix with the sea. Held in the waters of the womb of the world, purifying the pain. Resting in the remembrance of love. A holy space where your mess is permitted just as much as your perfection. Exhaling from the strings of tension, pulling me in directions I no longer consent to. The abyss draws me in, unafraid. I don't know where I am, but I trust where I'm being led. The alchemy reaches a point of completion. Death was only a dream. The eternal, infinite energy awakens, a cracking, a reckoning, of all I've ever been and all I'll ever be, rested in the endless arms of love found within. Well kept. They wanted a well-kept woman, clean-shaved, pearly white teeth, proper and primed, with a permanent smile pressed upon her powdered face. But I have dirt underneath my fingernails, and I arrive with pieces of leaves and ash in my hair. They wanted me to go to etiquette school, but I come to the forest. A smirk, a giggle, a sigh under her breath. How deeply this well-kept woman wants to full belly laugh, to moan so loud her house shudders and her insides heal. A well-kept woman, keeping the peace, keeping quiet, keeping secrets no one knows. But inside there's a hum of a beast, low and deep down, with a wild and exceptional thirst for life, to sink its teeth into the ripe tendrils of her humanity. I see her, this well-kept woman, calm but caged, sacred but spellbound, wanting to break free. A twitch of her hands and an anxious tremor moves up her pelvis. What is that she feels? Is she allowed to feel it? Would her ecstasy shatter glass? Would her roar of truth echo into the cosmos? Yes, let it. She was placed upon a pedestal, but she crawls down to the floor on her hands and knees, an image of her reflected in the glossy mud puddle before her. She bows her forehead down, smelling the earth, revering the raw. She strips down to the studs, no fake eyelashes, no 4-inch heels, no filler, no 12 grams of fat, 35 grams of protein, and 6 carbs for dinner. She feasts. She moans. The nectar of sovereignty drips down the corners of her mouth, licking her paws clean after the first real meal she's had in her whole life, nourished to the bone on her own freedom.
Okay, that was Anjali Romaniuk doing some of her poetry. And so that means this is now an end screen. So over there to my left, which is that side over there, there's going to be a couple other videos for you to watch. I always say, peace, love, and light, and may your life be filled with harmony. And so I'm going to say that right now. Peace, love, and light, and may your life be filled with harmony. And that's all I have to say. Enjoy these next videos. Okay, bye.